Hi YouTubers. Unfortunately, this is not a tutorial or a demo video of how to transition out of your locks, but I do have some video of what I looked like when I did have my locks and a couple pictures of the transition as I came out of my locks and of obviously the end result. I had been locked for 13 years. I did my big chop in 1996 and my hair, the longest at its longest, was down to my waist. It took approximately a month and a half for me to unlock all 248 locks that I had upon my head. I did lose a lot of hair. I cut about 9 inches of hair off. As you can see on my bathroom counter, this is how much hair I cut off. At the time, my hair was, like I said, waist length. And by the time it was all said and done, this is how much hair I had left. Now, for those of you who know locks and understand locks, you know that your hair sheds into the lock. So you're going to lose a great deal of hair, regardless, especially if you're combing out your hair. I used an earring post like this right here, except it was on a hoop earring, not the one that has a hinge on it where it goes back and forth. You need something with a little bit more stability. So I used an earring post just like that to get into the finer, tighter areas of each lock, because they weren't terrible, as you saw in the video, they weren't really fat locks. I think my fattest lock might have been a little bit smaller than my pinky. And I broke about a box of Sally Beauty Supply fine tooth combs in the process. In the unlocking process, I would have been a little bit more careful and gentle with my hair and made sure that my hair was properly conditioned and properly saturated with olive oil and conditioner, just to kind of help the process along. But it was very, very dry and it needed a lot of TLC. I will say, unfortunately, before I had given it a good deep condition, I had gone to a salon where the woman flat ironed it without giving it a good deep conditioner, and I think further damaged my ends. I started wearing it in protective styles and buns like I have my hair in now, and twist outs and things of that nature, and I started watching a lot more YouTube videos and learning how to properly take care of my natural hair. At some point I did end up looking up this wonderful hairdresser in Montclair, New Jersey by the name of Keith Campbell. He's also known as the Hair Architect. I think if I'm able to, I'll put a link to his website down below. He does celebrities like Chrisette Michelle's hair, and he's got this awesome hair book out. But I went to him and he just hooked me up with this great haircut, and he flat ironed my hair and deep conditioned it, and it was awesome. But I also caved. I caved and I went back to the creamy crack, which is something that I had when I was a teenager. So yes, I am relaxed, but hopefully one day I will go back to my locks. We'll see. I don't know. But just wanted to let you know that it is entirely possible to go from being locked to unlocked without having to do a big chop. Now, if you have to go back to work the next day and you want something a little bit more professional and you really don't have a month and a half or 2 months or the patience to actually comb through your hair individually, then yeah, you're going to have to do the big chop. Sorry. But if you have the patience and you have learned to become one with your hair, very zen-like, then you can have, you can come out of your locks and still retain a good bit of length. So that's my thoughts on it. If you've got any questions on how I maintained my locks when I had them, or what I did when I came out of my locks, Obviously, I didn't go into a whole lot of detail, but any questions that you have, feel free to comment down below and I'll be happy to answer them.